Can we start our discussion, beta? Am I audible to you people? Okay. So today we will start our discussion with the different techniques that is called assisted reproductive technologies. So yesterday I showed you one video related to assisted reproductive technology. From that video, you will get lot many ideas about what it is. When India started working with assisted reproductive technology, there was a doctor who created the first test tube baby in India. Maybe it was in Asia, but people misunderstood him. People insulted him. As a result, he died and committed a suicide. Okay, so you can understand this concept was not taken so easily by we Indians, and lot many people have lot many objections. But once the importance of this technology was understood by the people, nowadays it is very common that people go for this type of technologies. And let me tell you, it is so improved nowadays that many people who lost their hope of being mother and father get back there, this can experience this through assisted reproductive technologies. Now here a few things before we go for the techniques I want you people to clearly understand. See, we need to understand the genetic mother and father. What do we mean by this? What is the meaning of this word genetic mother and father? Can anyone amongst you tell me what do we mean by this genetic mother and father? If by natural means any child is born, then obviously the mother and father giving birth to a child are genetic mother and father. That means the child carry chromosomes of these parents. But as soon as assisted reproductive techniques are operative, scenario change a bit better. What are the situations when assisted reproductive technology is used? Consider if mother is unable to produce healthy gamete on time. This is the first situation. If mother is not able to produce healthy gamete on time, that means due to some kind of hormonal imbalance, ovulation is not regular. We know that in menstrual cycle, after every 28 days, a healthy ovum needs to be released by ovary. If this procedure is getting hampered by alteration in the hormonal balance, sometimes the egg ovulated is not healthy one, not ovulated in time. So all these problems, if this is the problem, how assisted reproductive technologies can help? What do you think? What we can do? via assisted reproductive technique? Yesterday we saw on one video, no? Can you please suggest one of you what can be done? Anyone amongst you? We are discussing, so no problem even if someone is going wrong. Am I audible to all of you clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
बोलो फिर क्या कर सकते हैं? What we can do? मदर की बाकी सारा रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम का पार्ट इज ऑल राइट, साइकोलॉजिकली शी इज फिट, एवरी एस्पेक्ट शी इज फिट. ओनली थिंग इज कि उसकी गैमेट प्रोडक्शन गड़बड़ है, या तो टाइम से प्रोडक्ट प्रोड्यूस नहीं होता है या फिर कोई दूसरी प्रॉब्लम है. सो व्हाट कैन बी डन? So let me tell you what are the alternatives that can be done. First of all, first thing that we can do, healthy gamete can be collected from mother and fertilization is done in vitro. Is this possible? Yes or no? Can we do this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Second option is, okay, this can be done if mother is capable of producing healthy gametes, but it's not getting ovulated on time. What if the gamete produced by mother is not at all healthy? Healthy होता ही नहीं है mother के produce किए हुए gametes. Then in that context, what we can do? फिर क्या करेंगे आप? What we can do?
Ma'am, take egg from donor.
Very good. So second option is, if mother cannot produce healthy gamete at all, मदर के लिए हेल्दी गैमेट प्रोड्यूस करना पॉसिबल ही नहीं है. सो इन दैट सिचुएशन वी कैन कलेक्ट ovum from donor and go for IVF. Now, in first case, the mother who is going to carry the child will be the genetic mother as well as the biological mother of the child. Even if we are taking help of IVF, mother जो है वो बच्चे का genetic mother होगा. क्यों? क्योंकि ओवम आप भले आप इन विट्रो फर्टिलाइज कर रहे हो बेटा, बट कलेक्ट तो किससे कर रहे हो? मदर से ही कर रहे हो. So obviously here in this specific case, mother will be biological as well as genetic parent of the child. What about the second case? इस केस में क्या होगा? Can we call the mother who is going to give birth to the child as a genetic mother?
No, ma'am.
Genetic mother कौन होगा फिर?
Donor.
जिससे हमने एग कलेक्ट किया है. ओके, चलो अब नेक्स्ट प्रॉब्लम की सिचुएशन समझते हैं. मदर कैन produce healthy egg but cannot carry child in womb. There may be some reason due to which uterus is deformed, fallopian tubule is deformed, eggs are produced regularly, they are very healthy, but mother cannot go for pregnancy because of defective structure of reproductive system. Then what alternative do you think we can? हम क्या कर सकते?
Surrogate mother.
Very good. So what is this surrogacy? Surrogacy में क्या किया जाता है? We take egg from
Ma'am, fertilized egg is implanted in a body which can carry child.
Then we go for in vitro fertilization. The zygote produced will be converted to embryo. Now this embryo will be transferred to surrogate mother. Why we call it surrogate mother? Because even if it is going to carry the child or in its womb, but that lady will not have no part of its DNA in the child. So here the donor, the original mother will be genetic mother of the child. तो ये कंसेप्ट आपकी माइंड में क्लियर होनी चाहिए कि कब कोई इंसान जेनेटिक मदर होगा, कब कोई इंसान सरोगेट मदर होगा. अंडरस्टूड एवरीवन? Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
So similarly, if we look into the father, if male partner is having some kind of defect in his reproductive system, that defect can be of various type. Basically, in case of male, the carrying capacity does not matter because we require fathers only for their sperm. They don't need to carry the child in the womb. So in that case, the main thing that matters is quality and quantity of sperm. So if quality and quantity, both of these things are lacking somehow, if quantity is lacking, quantity of father sperm, chalo, let us understand that part also. In case of father, what are the possibilities? In case of father, if quantity is less, that means sperm count is less. In that case, directly the sperm can be injected to ovum. Because best sperm is chosen and it is injected to ovum. तो कोई सोचने की जरूरत नहीं है कि वो पहुंचेगा नहीं पहुंचेगा, क्या होगा नहीं होगा. Second option is, first option is this one, which is called intra cytoplasmic sperm injection, where inside the ovum cytoplasm directly the sperm is injected. Second option is artificial insemination. In yesterday's video, both of them were shown. What happens here is, on a petri dish, they keep the suitable egg cells, and they collect the semen, isolate the sperms, and spread the sperm into the enclosed petri dish. So what will happen? What is benefit here? What benefit we will have if we go for artificial insemination? How we can overcome the problem of less sperm count by doing artificial insemination? Krishang, Prachi, Nakshatra, can you please answer, beta? Okay, any one of you can answer.
Ma'am, can you repeat the question?
My question is that artificial insemination means you are directly adding semen into the medium containing egg cells. So what benefit one can have by artificial insemination?
Ma'am, the sperm will directly reach the egg cell without any obstacle.
Yes. Apart from that, other way also artificial insemination is possible, but the only way is to eliminate the hurdles. See, even if the sperms are healthy, sperm count will increase the hurdle. Consider at a time if anyone is releasing sperm into lakhs, so the chances of sperm to reach to the ovum will increase. Decrease in the sperm count is not making sperms unable to fertilize ovum. All of them can be healthy, they can be capable of fertilizing ovum, but it reduce the chances, क्योंकि अगर 100 sperms होंगे तो उनमें से 90% destroy हो जाएंगे and 10% or 10 sperm will go to the ovum. अगर तुम्हारे पास 10 होंगे तो एक ही sperm के पास ये option रहेगा. Understood? So by artificial insemination it can be done. Now if father is having second specific problem that he cannot produce healthy sperm, in that case what we will do? So what we can do if the father cannot produce healthy sperm?
Then we'll take sperms from any donor.
So generally sperm is taken from any donor. They can be used for fertilization by artificial insemination. They can be directly injected to ovum, or they can be injected into vagina of female candidate or uterus of female candidate directly to eliminate the problem. So obviously in the second case, father will not be the genetic father of the child. Who will be the genetic father? The donor will be the genetic father. So nowadays it is so common that many people go for this type of techniques. But one thing I must tell you, it is like it felt like it's a fairy tale. जैसा लगता है कि बस ये कर देंगे, वो कर देंगे, ऐसा कर देंगे, and then the person will have child. But let me tell you, the success rate of assisted reproductive technology is very low. It is 20 to 30% only. Okay, because many a time it is not only limited to fertilization. You like last time in the video it was mentioned that it can be divided into 3 parts. First part is collection of healthy gametes from parents, which is difficult part, especially from females. Here the expertise of the person who is handling matters a lot. क्योंकि ऐसी कोई definition नहीं है with which you can describe and you can say that this is the healthy one, this is the unhealthy one. So if hurdle in the first step is covered, next step is artificial insemination. Again, difficult thing, very difficult, because even if you are actually inseminating or in vitro fertilization you are doing for any kind of person, success rate here is very low. Formation of zygote up to there, but zygote's conversion up to embryo, that too in artificial condition, is not very high. Even if second step is achieved successfully and you got many embryos, then also after insertion of embryo into uterus, there is no guarantee that there will be successful implantation. That's why to be on the safer side in first step and second step, as always more than one ovule, that is egg is collected, more than one embryo is injected into the uterus. That if one is not successfully getting implanted, other is not, will be implanted. And that's why I told you in IVF there are high chances of getting twins. But these are not identical twins, they are generally non-identical twins. Understood? So if third stage is successful and implantation is proper, child is normal, then only we can say the IVF is successful. If not, then to be on the safer side, from second step, they preserve some embryos in liquid nitrogen container with proper care. If first time it is not successful, then second time again they go for the same procedure. Understood, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let us look into different types of IVA techniques. It's a very common question and very common practice. Many a times famous heroines and all, they don't want to destroy their figure, so they go for surrogacy. कि भाई हमें surrogacy लेनी है, झमेला कम आएगा. Do you know the little one of Shah Rukh Khan is produced by surrogacy? Gauri is not biological mother of that child. She is genetic mother only. The embryo was implanted into someone else. I don't know how people think about that, but maybe their own preferences. But still one thing is left. Can you tell me what technology discovered this technology, assisted reproductive technology can, sky only can be limit for this? What is lagging in these technologies? क्या बाकी है जो हम साइंस फिक्शन में कई बार देखते हैं, but still it is like scientists are working on it. आप साइंटिस्ट होते तो इसके बाद क्या सोचते, क्या डिस्कवर करनी चाहिए थी आपको? एनीवन? बोलो, साइंटिस्ट कोई नहीं बनना चाहता है ना हमारे देश में. हर एक इंसान हर चीजें बनना चाहता है, सिर्फ स्कूल टीचर कोई नहीं बनना चाहता है और साइंटिस्ट कोई नहीं बनना चाहता है. बट जब कोरोना की पैंडेमिक आती है तब हम ना किसी क्रिकेटर को याद करते हैं, ना किसी हीरो को याद करते हैं, हम सिर्फ साइंटिस्ट से एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि भाई अब कोरोना वैक्सीन तुम बना दो. कहाँ से अच्छे साइंटिस्ट आएंगे अगर कोई साइंटिस्ट बनेगा ही नहीं? सोचो तो क्या क्या करते तो अच्छा रहता. एनीवन? कौन सी एक चीज है जो हम कर पाते तो बहुत बेहतर होता? मतलब then we can say कि every person having problem can have child.
Ma'am, without implantation in body, अगर बाहरी कोई medium में
Very good.
born होता तो.
Very good, Yesha. You can consider about being a scientist. अगर हम बाहरी किसी मीडियम में चाइल्ड का ग्रोथ पॉसिबल कर सकते हैं, That means a replacement of mother womb. Consider karo, in that case, if mother and father is having any kind of deadly diseases like any sexually transmitted disease or AIDS, it will not be a problem to carry a child by those parents who can be without AIDS. Because we can collect DNA of father and mother, go for IVF, and then it's possible to grow the child outside mother's womb. But still in that direction, lot many researches are going on, but still it is left. So let us now understand a few terminologies. First one is IVF. Many a time I used it, so I hope no one is having any doubt regarding this. It's called in vitro fertilization. What do we mean by in vitro? Yesterday I told you, no?
In laboratory.
Very good. So in vitro means in lab. It's not done in natural condition. So what we do in vitro fertilization? What is speciality of this technique? So that is what is in vitro fertilization. Apart from that, second terminology that we need to know is ZIFT. The full form of ZIFT is zygote intrafallopian transfer. From name is, are you people be able to understand what it is? Zygote intrafallopian transfer. What it can be? I want to hear from someone else than Yesha. Yes, Dish? Can you guess what it can be? Mahi, प्रियांशी, मिश्का, जिया, बोलो बेटा. नाम में ही लिखा हुआ है ये क्या है? हाँ बोलो.
Transfer of the zygote into the fallopian tube.
So in this case we will not wait up to the formation of embryo. Okay, what we will do is we will transfer zygote to fallopian now. Here one question may come into your mind कि अगर हम embryo कर सकते हैं तो zygote क्यों करें? First question. Second question ये आता है कि अगर zygote कर भी रहे हैं तो why we are shifting it into fallopian tubule? Why not in uterus? Anyone can answer this question for me? I will repeat. सबसे पहले IVF में zygote can be grown up to embryo stage, no? तो हम zygote क्यों मदर के अंदर डाल रहे हैं? We can directly transfer embryo. Second question is, even if we are transferring, why we are transferring in fallopian tubules? We can directly transfer it into uterus क्योंकि ultimately तो उसको uterus ही जाना है और किसी भी ट्यूब से fallopian tube तक जाने के लिए भी uterus रास्ते में ही आता है. Why we need to then add it into fallopian tubules? What do you think? Any idea, anyone?
Ma'am, because if we put zygote in the uterus, it will not attach to uterus.
So first question is answered by Jia. Very good. Because zygotes need to be converted into embryo before its attachment with the uterus, which takes time. तो अगर zygote को uterus में रखेंगे वो कहीं खो जाए. So obviously zygote needs to be transplanted into fallopian tubule. Now the next question is why into fallopian tubule? That question you answered. Why zygote? Why not embryo? Anyone? It is observed that many a time at the second phase, zygote fails to develop into a correct shape of embryo in vitro condition. क्योंकि zygote से ये morula blastula stage तक to grow in test tube is not always easy for every type of zygote. So in cases where successful formation of embryo is not possible, in that case, ZIFT is done. Next thing is, yesterday's video, there was a mention of a phenomenon called zona hatching. Can anyone tell me what is zona hatching? There was a phenomenon called zona hatching.
Ma'am, removal of outer layer of egg.
That is called zona pellucida, isn't it? Outer layer of egg is removed. That is called zona pellucida. Now, this removal is very necessary because without its removal, the embryo cannot get attached with the wall of uterus. वो possible ही नहीं है. So obviously, if it is done artificially, there may be some defect. But if it is done naturally by inserting zygote into fallopian tubules, it can be achieved successfully. Okay. So let's go to the third type of technique. It is known as gift. Gift is gamete intra fallopian transfer. So what is gamete intrafallopian transfer? What is your idea about it?
Ma'am, if the sperm count is less or number of sperms cannot reach fallopian tube or egg, then this method is used. It's the sperms are directly inserted in the fallopian tube.
Very correct. So that means this method is adopted in the case where sperm count is specifically less. So to help sperm to get rid of the obstacle it gets when it faces a long traveling path, gametes are directly transferred into fallopian tubule, which reduce the chances of fertilization. Okay, so the next technique is known as IUD. Or intrauterine transfer. So what is this intrauterine transfer? It is same, but the difference with ZIFT are two. First of all, zygote is transplanted here. Here embryo with 8 blastomeres are transferred and next thing is it is transferred to where it is transferred. In these case it is transferred to fallopian tubule. In these cases it is transferred to uterus. Understood? So this is different, this is different, otherwise it is same. Understood everyone the difference between ZIFT and IUT? Yes, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that next technique about which we are going to study is known as intracytoplasmic sperm injection. So what is actually intracytoplasmic sperm injection? In this case, beta, specifically what happens is eggs are collected and nurtured in a petri dish with a thin needle syringe. One sperm, which should be definitely healthy, is directly inserted into the cytoplasm of ovum. So basically the syngamy procedure is done by us. We are not letting natural fusion of sperm and ovum. बाकी के सारे procedures में whenever we are going for artificial insemination or in vitro fertilization, we are expecting sperm can like go by itself and fertilize the ovum. Okay, but in intracytoplasmic sperm injection, it is directly done by the sperm. Okay, we are injecting it. We are keeping no options. No option is kept for sperm not to fertilize the ovum. Last but not least, we talked about it. Yes, beta.
मैम मतलब फर्टिलाइजेशन हमेशा बेस्ट स्पर्म का होता है, तो हमें पता कैसे चलेगा कि ये सबसे हेल्दी वाला यही है?
We don't have option बेटा, जहाँ चाइल्ड मिलना ही एक बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन मार्क है, उसके केस में we cannot go for biological selection. हाँ, obviously doctors with their experience they choose the best quality of sperm, but उनमें से किसकी best quality है, that natural competition is not possible in IVF. That thing is not possible in IVF. हम जो बोलते हैं ना कि हम सभी अपने फादर और मदर के बेस्ट स्पर्म और एग की फ्यूजन का नतीजा है. In case of IVF, that is not possible to understand. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
IVF के केस में that is not possible. So next procedure is artificial insemination. So in this case, what we like to do is semen is injected to vagina or uterus or is added into eggs in vitro. in vitro condition में if it is added, we call this artificial insemination. Now see, these procedures are like मतलब what it is. अगर आपको कोई पूछे assisted reproductive technology, all of them are part of A. Now this A, that is in vitro fertilization, can be of two types, that is A का 1 number and A का 2 number. These two are part of in vitro fertilization. These are the two methods by which it can be done in vitro. And these three are part B step. What is part B step? Sorry, part C step. That is after the growth of embryo, it's transfer into the mother. So I told you IVF is having 3 steps, or assisted reproductive technology is having 3 steps. First step is identification and collection of the ovum. And second step is fertilization and its culture. And third step is its insertion into the mother. So ZIFT, GIFT or IUT is associated with third step, and A is having 2 types, that is by intracytoplasmic sperm injection or artificial insemination. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
If anyone is asking any question to you related to IVF, I guess you will be able to answer. Okay. So once you give me this green signal that this chapter concepts are clear to you, we are going to discuss the question answers of this chapter. So I request all of you to sit with your NCERT book and we will discuss questions one by one. Let us talk about the question answers. Let me hear. I want you people to answer more. I will speak less now. So all of you within 2 minutes, take out your NCERTs. I will share screen also, don't worry. Did you got some study material from what you are preparing the for the test for Sunday? You got the study material? Class?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Then how you are planning to like prepare for your test?
Ma'am, from textbooks and the notes.
I didn't share any